Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Look at this great big crowler. 32 ounces in this bad boy. This is Crooked Currents Pumpkin Maple Ale. And I've got some, when I did the research on this before I did the beer review, when I went to Beer Advocate, they've got it listed as Plunder Dome Pumpkin Maple Ale. So I don't know if this is the same thing or not, since it's in the growler and not in a bottle or anything, but they have it at 6%. When I went to Untapped, they had it listed as a Pumpkin Maple Ale, but they have it at 6.2%. And this one on the can is written 6.6%. So I don't know if they've done this for multiple years and the ABV has changed from year to year or what. So I don't know if any of what I'm looking at on Beer Advocate and Untapped is this exact beer. So basically what I'm saying is we're on our own on this, and I'm going to judge it accordingly, regardless of what anybody else says, which I usually do anyway, because sometimes I agree with one of these guys or the other, and sometimes I disagree with both of them. So this is a 6-point center according to the label. This was sent to me by Greg, and he writes, he says this was canned on 9/23 of 17, and he got it at the brewery. He also said the brewer, Nicole, gave him a little bit of a discount on the 2 crowlers that he sent me, so that's a good thing. That's good for him, and it's good for everybody. That gives him a break on buying something of this magnitude, and saving him some money to put on the shipping costs to get it to me. So Nicole, thanks a bunch. I do appreciate it. You're a trooper. I do appreciate you giving him a break on that, since he was going to send it to me. So with that being said, that's all we need to talk about there. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm looking at the correct description on this beer on either site, since the ABV does not correspond with that. And I have no commercial descriptions other than what's written on the can. Says it is a pumpkin maple ale. So here we are in October, so it's time for pumpkin beers to come out, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not interested. They start showing up in sometimes June or July, and I'm not interested in drinking a pumpkin beer when it's 95 degrees outside. I like it when it gets back down into the 60s and 70s. Fall weather starts showing up before I'm interested in drinking stuff like this. But anyway, it is time, so let's get it on. What a can. What a can. Definitely enough to share, which I intend to do. That's 32 ounces. My God, don't drink all that yourself. Share it with somebody. And that's 2 16-ounce pours too on top of that. So I'll tell you, it says here, food pairings, general dessert, meat, poultry. Glass right, a pint, back another tumbler. I'm using my favorite snifter today, guys. I'm not recommended for extended celerings. Alright, that's all we need in there. I actually poured a little bit more than I probably should have. About a half a finger of head on that pour. It is very pumpkin-y-esque in color. It is a nice pumpkin orange color. A little bit of light coming through the thin part of the glass down here. Not much at all through the big ball part. Very nice color for a pumpkin beer. to the nose. Smells like pumpkin pie. I'm getting all the typical pumpkin pie spices which they use to brew these beers, guys. Nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, all of your typical pumpkin pie spices. Smells very good. A little bit of butteriness to it. Now, I don't have the information telling me whether they use real pumpkin in this or not, so I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin beers, but there are a couple out there that I do enjoy. Let's see if we can add this one to the list. Smells pretty good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Greg. A little bit of butteriness in there. It is kind of thin and watery, but I expect that from the pumpkin beers. A lot of water in a pumpkin. I would like to taste a little bit more butteriness, pumpkin taste than what I'm getting, but it does have your typical pumpkin pie spices, and it does have a slight bit of that butteriness in there, not to the magnitude that you're going to get from a pumpkin or something like that, which I find a little over the top. I might have to review that. I've done it twice now. When I first had it, I did not care for it at all. And then the second time I had it, it wasn't quite as buttery as the first time I had it. That's probably because my palate had advanced a little bit more and it wasn't quite so off-putting as it was the first time I had it. There are people that absolutely love that beer. They do. I mean, they think it's a 10 beer. I'm not anywhere near that category on that beer. I find the Warlock from Southern Tier a little bit better than the Pumpkin. But it all depends on what you like, where your palate is, and so forth. So just because I like it or don't like it doesn't mean you're going to like it or not like it. What I may love, you may hate. And what you may love, I may hate. So it all depends on what you're after, what are you wanting in a beer, where your palate's at, and what you enjoy. So just remember that. Don't let anybody tell you, "Dog, don't drink a beer, it's no good." You might think it's pretty damn good. And if somebody tells you, "Oh, that's the best thing I ever tasted," well, you might not feel that way if you taste it. So beer tastes are subjective, guys. Just remember that. Don't go by what I say or what anybody else says. Try it. Before you buy a 6-pack or a case of it, pick up one. Give it a try. You might like it. And go from that. Don't let nobody, especially me, tell you what you should drink or what you should not drink. Life's too short. Try it. You might like it. That's what the commercial used to say. Try it. You'll like it. Try it. That's what I'm saying. Just because I say I don't like it or I do like it, you may not, or you may. So give it a whirl. Pick up one, or you buy 24 of them. And that's what I do a lot of times. If I see something new in the store, I'll pick up one before I buy a 6-pack or more of them. And if I like it, I'll go back and I'll buy more. And if I don't like it, I haven't wasted a whole lot of money, and I only have one to drink. So that's how that's how it works here with this guy. So, but let's right out of the fridge with me flapping my gums. I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. Let me sip on this, pour her a glass, and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. Been sipping on this about 35, 45 minutes or so. Very tasty. One of the better pumpkin ales in my honest opinion. A little bit of butteriness in there, not over the top like the pumpkin is. Like I said, a lot of people really like that heavy buttery taste. Me, not so much. Just enough butteriness to it, like if you use butternut squash or something like that in there to give it a little bit of that buttery taste. All the pumpkin pie spices are there. And these beers are typical to me to be a little on the thin and watery side. But it's a 6.6% according to this, enough alcohol to make it worth your while in my opinion. But it's unusual to have a bigger beer that tastes a little thin and watery. But this one has a little bit of thin, watery taste to it. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not off-putting. It is a very nice pumpkin beer. It is. So I enjoyed this. This is pretty tasty. I think it's a name beer, to be honest about it. Final chug. The other half's not a big fan of the pumpkin beers either, but she enjoyed this one too. She liked it, so, and I did too. So Greg, thanks again, my brother. Do appreciate you sending this one to me. Let me have the opportunity to try it and review it. I think it's a good beer. If I was looking for a pumpkin beer, this would probably be in the top 10, if not the top 5 list. Very tasty. I enjoyed this. So let's run over to, like I said, I think it's an A beer. I'm giving it an A-, guys. I would give this a 92. Pretty damn tasty. A great pumpkin beer. Over to Beer Advocate. Let's run over there and see what they say 4.16. So that's their A- scale also. We're in agreement here, guys. A beer. It's a nice beer. Final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped, and Untapped has it at 4.04. That's also in their A- scale. Very nice. Everybody's in agreement here. A- beer. It's an A beer, guys. It's one you probably ought to try if you want to get into a tastier pumpkin beer, something a little bit more flavor to me, other than just your typical pumpkin pie spices thrown into a regular beer. This one has a little bit of that butteriness in there that I like, but it's not over the top like I said, like pumpkin gets to me. But I enjoyed it. So if you've had this from Cricket Current, this is their pumpkin maple ale. It does have a nice sweetness to the back end. I don't know how your maple syrup, anything like that, is a fermentable sugar. So I don't pick up a lot of times when it's, hey, this beer had maple syrup added or whatever, unless it's been put into some kind of maple barrel, where the yeast is not eating all that fermentable sugar up that maple syrup has. It does have a nice sweetness to it, so I don't think there's any lactose used in this. It doesn't say. I don't know, but it has a nice sweetness, so it's very enjoyable. So if you get a chance to pick this up from these guys, I recommend it. It's very tasty. So if you've had it, let me know what you think of it, guys. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.